Welcome to Chat and Dish. I'm Casey Quadetti and I'm so excited because I've got some of my foodie girlfriends coming over for dinner tonight. Cannot wait. Now, I want to spend all of my time with them. So I've decided to make salmon en papillote, which is simply salmon in a little package done in the oven. Once it's in, you don't have to mess with it. Then we're going to stuff portobello mushrooms with a number of layers of flavor. It's going to be absolutely perfect along with the salmon. And for dessert, we're going to do pears with coconut and chocolate ice cream. Let's get going. Easy, no fuss way to make your bacon. Take your bacon slices, put them onto a cookie sheet that has been lined with aluminum foil. I use the non-stick. Then you're going to put them into a 400-degree oven, but don't start your oven until you put your bacon inside. Then they're going to cook for 20 minutes. You've got the perfect, well-done bacon. I have a beautiful salmon fillet here. I chose it because this one happens to be an even thickness throughout the length of the fillet. That's something that's very important if you're going to do a baked salmon, because your cooking time needs to be the same for each and every piece of salmon that you are making. We need to prep our citrus. Thinly slice 1 lemon and 1 lime. You need 3 spring onions cut into 1-inch segments. And go ahead and use the nice, healthy, crisp green part of them too. That's very flavorful. When I do filet of salmon en papillote, I like to cut it into serving size pieces before I bake it. That way, each serving is cleaner and more attractive on the plate. Salmon goes onto a baking sheet on top of a piece of nonstick aluminum foil, and just put your salmon back together again. Very simple. That way it'll bake beautifully. Top each of your salmon slices with 3 of your lemon slices. I like to put the one in the center first. They overlap beautifully that way. A sprig of fresh dill onto each slice. Next up, put your limes on top of that, right down the center, 1 on each slice. Now just let your green or spring onions tumble all around and on top of your salmon slices. All right, now you need 1 piece of aluminum foil. Put the non-stick side down, and now we're going to seal this up, and it's ready to go into the oven. This salmon en papillote will need 20 minutes in a preheated 400-degree oven. I have 3 big, beautiful portobello mushrooms here that I've wiped down with just a damp paper towel. Never run your mushrooms under water. Ooh, they'll actually soak up all the water, and when you cook them, they'll turn to a flavorless bunch of mush. We need to remove the stems all the way down to the base. Drizzle olive oil in the bottom of a baking or roasting dish. I actually like to choose one that can go right to the table. Makes it a little bit easier. And then nestle your mushrooms right inside. I'm slicing a cup or 8 ounces of purple potatoes that I've washed, steamed, and cooled. You can use any potato. Layer these potato slices into our mushrooms. Very simple. It doesn't have to be perfect. This is not like an apple tart. Just set them inside. Here's our bacon that we started in a cold oven 20 minutes ago. Cooked to perfection. Give your bacon a rough chop. The crumbled bacon goes on top of our potatoes. Mince 1 nice-sized clove of garlic. Rough chop about a ½ cup of Italian or flat leaf parsley. Combine your garlic and your parsley, and then give it another rough chop. Just let them get to know each other a little bit. The parsley-garlic mixture gets pressed right on top of the bacon. A generous drizzle of olive oil on top of each one of the mushrooms, and then it's into a preheated 400-degree oven for 20 minutes. Does that sound familiar? Yeah, it's exactly the same as the salmon. Good thinking, huh? Our dessert starts off with a simple marinade made with 3 tablespoons of triple sec and the juice of 1 tangerine or half an orange. I have a beautiful pear here that I'm going to cut into 1/4-inch slices from top to bottom. We're not going to worry about the core at all. We want this to be just each slice shaped like the pear that it is. Now our pears go into our marinade for 15 minutes. Take your pears out of the marinade and dry them well. We've got half a cup of regular all-purpose flour, about a cup of sweetened coconut, and 1 egg with just a smidge of water that we're going to beat up good and proper. Dredge each pear slice in your flour first and just give it a tap to make sure you don't have too much flour. Next, it's into your beaten egg. Make sure it's coated on both sides. Let excess drip off, and then it's into the coconut. And that's what gives these pear slices such a lovely, crunchy, sweet exterior. There we go. Sauté your pear slices on both sides until they're nicely browned, just golden brown. When they're golden brown, turn them over. Everything's out of the oven at the same time. Look at these mushrooms, aren't they fantastic? Now it's time to cut open our salmon. We'll be ready to serve. Oh, look at this steam. Oh, perfection. Look at this. Oh, fabulous. I'm excited. Salmon is done to perfection. If you use a thin metal spatula, you can slide it right between the salmon and the skin, so you leave the skin right on the cooking platter. All right, every potato needs a little bit of sour cream on top, so there's the sour cream, a scissor of chives, and we're ready to serve. Okay, now it's time to put our dessert together. A nice scoop of chocolate ice cream. There we go. And next up, one of our beautiful pear and coconut slices. A little drizzle of chocolate syrup, just a little drizzle around the plate, however you want to decorate it. And you're ready to serve. Look at that. The 2 recipes that I made today for my dinner party are actually recipes that I use all the time for the family. But you know, just putting them together makes a beautiful plate. My friends are going to love it, and I'm going to love spending time with them. First shout out today goes to Rufus's Food and Spirit Guide. And I don't mean the ghostly kind of spirits. Listen, right now they've got on their page salmon with a maple glaze that looks absolutely delightful. And to go with that, a cucumber citrus martini, which I can tell you from firsthand experience is a perfect martini to have with salmon. So don't miss out. Stop by Rufus's Food and Spirit Guide. Second shout out is absolutely perfect for this time of the year. I'm sending you over to 15 Spatulas because right now she has shown us how to make pumpkin spice caramels. Love the pictures, and she has an amazing tutorial that goes along with it that's actually really funny and fun to read. So don't miss out. It's the time of the year when you need to have caramels around the house all the time. So it's 15 spatulas for pumpkin spice caramels. As always, thank you for visiting. Until next time, I'm going to miss you. And yes, I'm going to eat the whole thing because it's absolutely delightful.